I stare at my phone, reading Ella's message for the 20th time. Just come. You may not be on the list, but you're not forgotten. My hands shake as I set the device down on my modest kitchen counter, so different from the marble masterpiece I once called mine. My name is Mia, and tomorrow is my son's wedding day, a day I've dreamed of since I first held him, yet somehow I wasn't deemed worthy of an official invitation. Funny how life works out sometimes. The kettle whistles, startling me from my thoughts. As I pour hot water over a cheap tea bag, my sister Susan bursts through my apartment door without knocking, a habit she's developed since everything fell apart. Tell me you're going, she demands, dropping her designer bag on my secondhand couch. Tell me you're not letting that bastard win again. I blow on my tea, buying time. It's not that simple, Sue. Like hell it isn't. She crosses her arms. Aiden is your son. Martin doesn't get to erase that no matter how many lies he's told. The mention of my ex-husband's name still makes my stomach clench. Aiden and we're better now. The weekly coffee meets, the careful conversations. I don't want to risk what? The truth coming out? Susan interrupts, pulling out her phone. Look at this. Martin's latest Instagram post about family values and raising a fine young man. As if he didn't systematically destroy every letter you wrote to Aiden for years. I closed my eyes, remembering the returned envelopes, the birthday cards marked return to sender, the graduation invitation that never came. My phone buzzes again. This time it's Alejandro. Documents arrived. You need to see these. Martin's not as clever as he thinks. What's that about? Susan asks, peering over my shoulder. Nothing. I tuck the phone away. Just work stuff. Mia? Susan's voice softens. You've spent 7 years rebuilding your life after Martin destroyed it. You went from owning the city's premier art gallery to working retail. You lost friends, your reputation, your home. But you never lost your dignity. Don't let him take this day from you, too. The afternoon light catches the simple silver watch on my wrist, the only piece of jewelry I kept after the divorce. Everything else was liquidated to pay the legal fees Martin dragged out endlessly. My phone rings. It's Aiden. Mom? His voice sounds strained. Are you coming tomorrow? My heart catches. I didn't receive an invitation, sweetheart. I know. He pauses. Dad said you declined months ago. But Ella found something, and I just need to know if you'll be there. 7 years of careful restraint threatens to crack. Do you want me there? Another pause. Yes. No. I don't know. There's so much I don't understand anymore. Susan watches me intently as I grip the phone tighter. I'll always be there for you, Aiden. Always have been. Even when I wasn't there for you. His voice breaks slightly. You were a child. Children believe their parents. I'm not a child anymore. Something in his tone shifts. Just, if you come tomorrow, stay until the end, no matter what happens. Promise me? Before I can respond, he hangs up. Susan raises an eyebrow. Well? I walk to my bedroom closet and pull out the navy blue dress I bought months ago, just in case. It's not designer like I used to wear, but it's elegant, dignified. Help me steam this, I tell Susan, and then call Alejandro. Tell him to bring those documents to the Peninsula Hotel tomorrow. All of them. Susan's eyes widen. Are you sure? I think of Martin's smug Instagram posts, of Chloe, his new wife, playing mother to my son, of the carefully constructed lies that took everything from me. Karma doesn't need a push, I say quietly, smoothing the dress. It just needs the right moment. My phone buzzes one final time. Ella again. Trust me. Trust Aiden. Tomorrow changes everything. I look at my reflection in the bedroom mirror. The woman staring back isn't the broken shell Martin created. She's stronger, wiser, and finally, after 7 years of silence, ready for the truth to speak for itself. Yes, I tell Susan, I'm very sure. The Peninsula Hotel looms before me, its elegant facade a reminder of countless charity galas I once hosted here. Now, security guards eye me suspiciously as I approach the entrance, my navy dress suddenly feeling inadequate among the stream of designer outfits flowing through the doors. Name? The guard's tablet glows as he scrolls through the guest list. Mia. I'm the groom's mother. His expression hardens. I'm sorry, but you're not on the list. I'll need you to step aside. There must be a mistake. I maintain eye contact, refusing to be dismissed. My son, Aiden. There's no mistake. Martin's voice cuts through the morning air like ice. He appears beside me, immaculate in his tuxedo, that familiar false smile plastered across his face. Security, please escort her off the property. You can't do this, I say quietly, aware of the growing audience of guests. He's my son, too. Martin leans in close, his cologne suffocating. Your son? The one you abandoned? The one you tried to turn against me with your lies? Is there a problem here? Chloe sachets up, her wedding coordinator outfit probably worth more than my apartment. She places a possessive hand on Martin's arm. Oh, her. I catch movement in an upper window. Aiden, in his tuxedo, watching. Our eyes meet briefly before he turns away. The pain is familiar, but I stand straighter. Mrs. Carter is right, the security guard says. Ma'am, you need to leave. That's not my name anymore, I correct him softly. It's Mia Gardner now. How sad, Chloe smirks. Couldn't even keep the name that meant something in this city. My phone vibrates. Alejandro. In position. 3rd floor press room. Everything's ready. You know what's actually sad? I turn to face Martin directly. That you still think money can bury the truth forever. His smile falters slightly. Security. I'm leaving. I cut him off, stepping back. But I'll be back. And this time, you can't stop me. I walk away slowly, dignity and tact, hearing Chloe's shrill laugh behind me. Can you believe her? So pathetic. Around the corner, Susan waits in her car. That went exactly as expected, she says as I slide in. Now what? Now we wait. I check my phone again. Ella says 20 minutes. Service entrance. Susan studies my face. You're too calm. What aren't you telling me? Look. I show her my phone screen, a security camera feed of the hotel's grand ballroom. Alejandro's gift. We can see everything. On screen, guests file in. I spot Serenity, my former best friend, looking uncomfortable as she takes her seat. Other familiar faces. People who once called me friend, now avoiding each other's eyes. There's Aiden, Susan points. He's pacing in a side room, Ella beside him. Even through the grainy footage, I can see his agitation. 5 minutes, I murmur, watching the time. Ella said to use the service entrance at exactly... My phone rings. It's Serenity. Mia? Her voice shakes. I need to tell you something. About the night before your divorce hearing. What Martin made me say. I know, I interrupt gently. I've always known. I should have told the truth. We all should have. She's crying now. He's in here right now giving this horrible speech about family values, and I just can't. Then don't. I check the time again. Just watch what happens next. I end the call as Susan pulls around to the service entrance. A kitchen worker, one of Ella's friends from nursing school, waves us through. Ella says hurry, she whispers, leading us through back corridors. Aiden's about to begin his speech. We emerge in a darkened alcove near the back of the ballroom, just as Aiden takes the microphone. Martin beams proudly from his seat, champagne in hand. Before I thank everyone for coming, Aiden's voice carries clearly, there's something I need to say. About truth. about justice, and about my mother. Martin's smile freezes. Chloe grabs his arm, and in the shadows, I stand perfectly still, watching 7 years of lies begin to crumble. Susan squeezes my hand. Ready? I think of all the nights I cried alone, the friends who abandoned me, the whispered rumors that destroyed my business, the son I almost lost to Martin's manipulation. Truth has its own timing, I whisper back, stepping forward into the light, and its time is now. The memory hits me as I stand in the shadows of the ballroom, that rainy morning 7 years ago when everything fell apart. Sign the papers, Mia. Martin had slid them across our kitchen counter, that same smug smile he wore today plastered on his face. Unless you want everyone to hear about your indiscretions. What indiscretions? I'd asked, hands trembling. We both know. We know what I can prove. He tapped a thick folder. Bank transfers to offshore accounts, hotel receipts, witness statements from very credible people. Who do you think they'll believe? The respected hotel magnate or the art dealer with suspicious financial records? My phone buzzes in the present, pulling me back. Alejandro's message flashes. Sending files now. First document shows Martin transferred $2.1 million to Chloe's account 3 months before your divorce. I glance at Martin in the front row, watching our son at the microphone. He doesn't know what's coming. Doesn't know I have proof of every lie. When I was 15, Aiden's voice carries through the room, I found a box of letters in our attic. Letters from my mother that I was never supposed to see. Letters that had been hidden from me for years. The crowd murmurs. Chloe shifts uncomfortably in her seat. My mind flashes again, to the day I discovered the truth about her. The bank statement Alejandro had uncovered, showing Martin purchased her luxury condo while we were still married. The dates matched perfectly with my suspicious financial records. I have something else to share, Aiden continues, his voice growing stronger. 2 months ago, I found more documents. Real ones, not the fabricated versions presented in court 7 years ago. Martin stands abruptly. Son, perhaps this isn't the time. It's exactly the time. Aiden's voice cracks with emotion. Mom didn't steal from the gallery funds. You did. You set her up, transferred money under her name, then used it to buy property for your girlfriend while still married. The ballroom erupts in whispers. Serenity, seated near the front, covers her mouth in shock. I have proof, Aiden says, pulling out a folder. Bank records, property deeds, witness statements from the bank manager you bribed. Everything. My phone buzzes again. Alejandro. CNN picking up the story. Financial fraud allegations against Martin hitting the wires now. This is ridiculous, Martin sputters, his face reddening. These are lies, like the lies you told about Mom's affairs. Aiden's voice rises. The ones Serenity was pressured to testify about in court? Tell them, Serenity. Tell them what really happened. All eyes turn to Serenity, who slowly stands, tears streaming down her face. He paid me, she whispers. But in the dead silence, everyone hears. Threatened to ruin my husband's business if I didn't lie about seeing Mia with other men. I'm so sorry, Mia. I'm so sorry. Chloe jumps up, pointing at me in the back. She's manipulating everyone. She's always been jealous of what Martin and I have. What you have? Aiden laughs bitterly. You mean the house he bought you with stolen money? While telling me my mother abandoned us for other men? My phone lights up with a final message from Alejandro. Federal investigators entering hotel now. Stand firm. Martin sees them too. 3 suits moving through the side door. His face goes pale. I can explain everything, he starts, but Aiden cuts him off. Save it for the authorities, Dad. They have questions about certain overseas accounts. And about a judge who suddenly ruled in your favor after receiving a very generous donation to his re-election campaign. The room explodes into chaos. Guests start standing, phones recording everything. Chloe grabs her purse and runs for the door. Martin looks around wildly, finally spotting me in the back. Our eyes meet across the room. For the first time in 7 years, I see fear in his. "You did this," he mouths. I shake my head slowly and point to Aiden. "No, our son did this." By simply telling the truth. "Mrs. Gardner," one of the suits approaches me. "We'd appreciate your cooperation in the ongoing investigation." "Of course," I reply calmly, watching Martin being approached by the other investigators. "I've been keeping very careful records for 7 years. As they lead Martin away, Aiden walks straight to me, Ella by his side. "Mom," he says, voice breaking, "I'm so sorry for everything." I pull him close, feeling 7 years of pain start to heal. "Don't be sorry," I whisper, "be free." The hotel's bridal suite feels eerily quiet after the chaos downstairs. Aiden paces while Ella helps me into one of the plush chairs, her wedding dress rustling softly. "I found them 3 weeks ago," she says, pulling a worn shoebox from under the bed. "All your letters, hidden in Martin's study behind some old tax files." My hands shake as I lift the lid. Dozens of envelopes, all addressed to Aiden in my handwriting, all unopened. "I wanted to tell you right away," Aiden says, stopping his pacing. "But Ella suggested we wait. Gather everything first." Smart girl. I smile at my almost daughter-in-law. "No wonder you're a trauma nurse." "Evidence is everything," Ella replies, "in medicine and in justice." A knock at the door makes us all jump. It's Susan, followed by Alejandro. "Media's going crazy downstairs," Alejandro reports, loosening his tie. "Martin's being questioned in the hotel security office. Chloe tried to leave, but they stopped her at the parking garage." "How are you holding up?" Susan asks, sitting beside me. Before I can answer, Aiden drops to his knees in front of my chair, taking my hands in his. "Mom, I need you to know something." His voice cracks. "I remember the day you left. Dad said you chose to go, that you didn't want us anymore. But that wasn't true, was it?" I squeeze his hands. "I never left, sweetheart." "He forced me out with a restraining order based on false allegations. Said if I fought it, he'd make sure you believed worse things about me." "Jesus," Ella whispers. "When I tried to contact you through the school," I continue, "he switched you to private tutors. When I sent birthday cards, he returned them. Every time I got close, he moved us," Aiden finishes, "always with some excuse about business opportunities or better schools." Alejandro steps forward, tablet in hand. "We found the paper trail. Private investigators, paid witnesses, bribes to school officials, all to keep you isolated from Aiden." Another knock. This time it's Serenity, mascara streaked down her face. "The police want statements," she says, "from all of us, about the false testimony, the threats, everything." "You don't have to do this," I tell her gently. "Yes, I do." She straightens her shoulders. 7 years too late, but I do. Aiden stands suddenly. The guests are still downstairs, probably wondering what's happening with the wedding. Ella takes his hand. "We can postpone. This is more important." "No." He looks at me intently. "Mom, will you help me get ready? Like you should have been able to all along?" My heart swells as I nod. Susan and Serenity excuse themselves to talk to the police. Alejandro heads off to manage the press. Alone with Aiden and Ella, I help straighten his bow tie, fix his boutonniere. Small moments stolen back from time. "I used to imagine this," I admit softly. "Every milestone I missed, every moment Martin stole. We have now," Aiden says firmly, "and tomorrow, and all the days after." Ella's phone chimes. They're ready downstairs. New officiant is here. The original one left when everything exploded. "Wait," I grab Aiden's arm as he turns to leave. Are you sure you want to go through with the wedding today? After everything? He looks at Ella, who smiles encouragingly. Today was supposed to be about truth and love, he says. Thanks to you, it still is. Just not the way Martin planned. Besides, Ella adds, I've waited 2 years to officially become your daughter-in-law. No more waiting. As we prepare to head downstairs, I spot one of my old letters peeking from the shoebox. The date catches my eye. Aiden's 16th birthday. He follows my gaze. Read it to me? Before we go, I pick up the envelope with trembling fingers, breaking the seal after 7 years. My dearest son, I begin, voice wavering. Another birthday I can't share with you, but I want you to know. Keep it, Aiden interrupts gently. Read it to me tomorrow, and the next day, and the next. We have time now. Ella takes my arm as we walk toward the door. Ready to watch your son get married? For real this time? I tuck the letter into my purse, feeling lighter than I have in years. Ready, I say. And for the first time in 7 years, it's completely true. The ballroom has transformed in the hour since Martin's arrest. Half the guests have fled, leaving scattered empty chairs like missing teeth in the carefully planned seating arrangement. Those who remained huddle in small groups, whispering behind raised hands. They're all waiting for the other shoe to drop, Susan murmurs beside me, as if Martin might burst back in with an explanation that makes everything okay again. A hotel staff member adjusts the microphone stand where Martin had planned to give his father of the groom speech. My stomach churns, remembering the draft I'd seen on social media, teaching my son about integrity and family values. The string quartet begins playing, cutting through the tension. Heads turn as Aiden takes his place at the altar, standing tall despite everything. Mrs. Gardner, a young woman in a hotel uniform, appears at my elbow. There's a detective who'd like to speak with you after the ceremony, and reporters in the lobby. They can wait, I tell her firmly. This moment belongs to my son. The wedding march starts, and Ella appears in the doorway. She's radiant in her simple white dress, carrying a bouquet of wildflowers. Not the elaborate roses Chloe had insisted upon. These are fresh and real, like everything else about this moment. As Ella passes my row, she reaches out and squeezes my hand, a small gesture that speaks volumes. The new officiant, a kind-faced woman who arrived on short notice, begins the ceremony. Love, she says, is built on truth. Today we've seen the power of both. Movement near the back door catches my eye. 2 police officers are escorting Chloe out, her designer dress wrinkled, her face streaked with tears. She looks back once, meeting my gaze, then hurries away. The rings, please? The officiant asks. Aiden reaches into his pocket and freezes. They were with Dad's things. These will do, Ella says softly, pulling off her grandmother's gold band and Aiden's college ring. Something old, something borrowed, something true. They exchange their makeshift rings, and I notice Serenity crying quietly 2 rows ahead. She turns slightly, mouthing, "I'm sorry" again. I nod, accepting. By the power vested in me, the officiant continues, but she's interrupted by a commotion in the hallway. You can't stop me. That's my son in there. Martin's voice booms through the doors. I have rights. The guests tense, but before anyone can move, Aiden speaks up. No, he says clearly into the microphone. Not anymore, Dad. Not after what you did to Mom. To all of us. Silence falls. Even the police officers in the hallway stop struggling with Martin. You want to talk about rights? Aiden continues, his voice carrying. What about Mom's right to see her son grow up? To attend his graduation? To know him at all? Through the partially open door, I see Martin slump in defeat as the officers lead him away. Proceed, Aiden tells the officiant. taking Ella's hand again. Nothing else matters now. The ceremony continues, but it's different now, purer somehow. When Aiden and Ella kiss, the applause isn't just for them. It's for truth, for justice, for love that survives despite everything. Mom, Aiden calls out as guests begin to move toward the reception area. Will you join us for the first dance? I walk toward them, past whispers of I never knew, and poor Mia, and all these years. The DJ starts playing, not the formal waltz Martin had selected, but a simple song about coming home. May I cut in? Aiden asks Ella after a few moments, turning to me. Dance with me, Mom? As we sway together, I notice his boutonniere, a single wildflower matching Ella's bouquet. Remember when you taught me to dance? He asks softly. For middle school graduation? But I wasn't, I start. You were, he smiles. I found the video last week in an old box. Dad told me it was my dance teacher, but it was you. I'd know your laugh anywhere. Tears blur my vision as other couples join us on the dance floor. Susan dances with her husband. Serenity approaches tentatively with her family. Even Alejandro takes a break from his phone to sway to the music. Look around, Aiden whispers. Everyone who matters is still here. The truth didn't drive them away, it brought them back. I rest my head on my son's shoulder, feeling 7 years of distance melt away with each step. Welcome home, Mom, he says softly. Welcome home. The reception dinner is winding down when Alejandro approaches our table, his expression serious. They're ready to release the story. Every major network wants to run it. Let them wait, Aiden says, standing. There's something I need to do first. He walks to the microphone, tapping it gently. The remaining guests, the true friends who stayed, turn to listen. Traditionally, this would be time for my father's toast, Aiden begins. He had it all planned out. A speech about family values, about teaching me to be a man. He pauses, looking directly at me. But I learned those lessons from someone else entirely. Ella squeezes my hand under the table as Aiden continues. 7 years ago, I believed a lie, that my mother abandoned us, chose money and other men over family. I believed it because children trust their parents to tell them the truth. His voice catches. I was wrong. The room is absolutely silent now. Even the servers have stopped clearing plates. 2 months ago, I found a hidden safe in my father's study. Inside were documents, real ones, not the fabricated versions he used in court. Bank statements showing millions transferred to offshore accounts under my mother's name without her knowledge. Property deeds proving he bought his girlfriend a condo while still married. And this, he pulls out a wrinkled envelope. A letter from my mother's gallery manager dated 1 week before the divorce. It says, and I quote, I cannot falsify these financial records as requested. It's illegal, and more importantly, it's wrong. Mia is innocent. Serenity stands suddenly. I have something to add. She walks to the microphone, hands shaking. Martin threatened to destroy my husband's business if I didn't testify against Mia. He said, she wipes her eyes. He said no one would believe her anyway. That money buys better truth. But it doesn't, Aiden says firmly. Truth finds its way out, like how Dad paid private investigators to keep Mom away from my schools, how he bribed officials to enforce a fraudulent restraining order, how he systematically destroyed not just her reputation, but her chance to be my mother. Susan is crying openly now. I reach across the table and grip her hand. My father. Aiden's voice hardens. Martin Carter, respected hotel magnate and supposed pillar of the community, is currently being questioned by federal investigators. They're interested in certain campaign contributions to the judge who handled his divorce, in witness tampering, in financial fraud. He turns to face me directly. Mom, I know sorry isn't enough. Nothing can give us back those 7 years, but I can give us this moment, this truth, and I can tell everyone here what I should have known all along. You never stopped fighting for me, never stopped loving me, never gave up. Ella stands and walks to join him. I found the letters, she adds into the microphone, hundreds of them hidden away. Birthday cards, Christmas wishes, notes about everyday things. A mother's love, sealed in envelopes that were never allowed to reach their destination. Until now, Aiden says. He pulls out another envelope. This one's from my 16th birthday. Mom, will you read it? Please? My legs feel weak as I walk to the microphone. The letter trembles in my hands as I break the seal. My dearest Aiden, I read, another birthday I can't share with you, but I want you to know that I'm still here, still loving you, still waiting. Someday, you'll learn the truth. Someday you'll understand that love doesn't give up even when it's forced into silence. Until then, I'll keep writing, keep hoping, keep believing that truth and love will win in the end. Happy birthday, my beautiful boy. Love, always, Mom. The room erupts in applause. Aiden wraps me in a fierce hug as Ella joins us. There's more letters, he whispers. Years of them. We can read them together now. My phone buzzes. Alejandro sending updates about Martin's questioning, about pending charges, about media statements. But for once, I don't look. Instead, I hold my son close, feeling the weight of 7 years of undelivered love finally reaching its destination. Read another one, someone calls out. Aiden picks up the box of letters, pulls out one at random. Dear Aiden, he begins reading, his voice strong and clear. Today I saw a boy your age playing basketball. And so we stand there, mother and son, reading truth back into existence, one letter at a time. The hotel's service elevator opens to reveal Martin, flanked by 2 detectives. His perfect suit is rumpled now, his confident facade cracked. He stops short when he sees me waiting in the hallway. Come to gloat, Mia? His voice is bitter. Enjoy destroying our son's wedding day? Our son? I step closer. You mean the one you kept from me for 7 years? The one you poisoned against me? Detective Rivera clears her throat. Mrs. Gardner, we need to take him to the station now. One moment. I turn back to Martin. You know what's funny? I never planned this. Never plotted revenge. The truth did all the work for me. The truth? He scoffs, but his hands are shaking. You turned my own son against me. No, Martin. Your lies did that. I pull out my phone, showing him Alejandro's latest message. The FBI just found your offshore accounts. The ones you set up in my name. They've frozen everything. His face goes pale. Behind him, Chloe appears from around the corner, mascara streaked down her face. They're saying the condo's evidence, she sobs, that I have to vacate immediately. Martin, do something. I'm afraid he can't, Detective Rivera says. Mrs. Carter, we'll need you to come with us too. Questions about certain financial transactions. This is ridiculous, Chloe shrieks. We had an agreement. Martin whirls on her. Shut up, just shut up. An agreement? I ask quietly. Like the one you had with Serenity? With the judge? With everyone you paid to destroy me? Mom? Aiden's voice comes from behind me. He and Ella stand in the hallway, still in their wedding clothes. Everything okay? Martin's expression crumples at the sight of our son. Aiden, please. You don't understand. I understand perfectly. Aiden walks over, standing beside me. I understand that every memory I have of Mom abandoning us was manufactured by you. Every missed birthday, every returned letter, every move to a new school. It was all to keep her away. I did it for us, Martin pleads. She would have turned you against me. No, Ella steps forward. The truth turned him against you. We found everything. The fake bank records, the bribes, even receipts for the private investigators you hired to track Mia. Chloe starts crying harder. This isn't fair. We had a good life. Built on lies, I say softly, and lies always come due. Detective Rivera checks her watch. Time to go. The press is waiting downstairs. The press? Martin's eyes widen. No, you can't. My reputation is exactly what you deserve, Aiden finishes. He turns to me. Mom, the guests are waiting. Ella and I still have our first dance. You can't just leave me here. Martin struggles as the detectives start moving him toward the elevator. I'm your father. No, Aiden says firmly. You're just the man who kept me from my mother, and now everyone knows it. We watch as they lead Martin and Chloe away. Just before the elevator doors close, Martin looks at me one last time. I should have known, he says quietly. You were always stronger than I thought. The doors slide shut and 7 years of pain go with them. Mrs. Gardner, a hotel staff member, approaches nervously. The ballroom is ready, and, well, something unexpected happened. We follow her downstairs to find the ballroom transformed. The remaining guests, the true friends who stayed, have rearranged everything. The formal seated dinner Martin planned has become an intimate gathering. Serenity and Susan have set up a small table with the box of unopened letters. Alejandro's laptop shows news headlines already breaking about Martin's arrest. But most surprisingly, at the center of it all is a cake. Not the elaborate 7-tier masterpiece Chloe ordered, but a simple one from the hotel kitchen. Written in hasty icing are the words, "Love wins, truth prevails." We wanted to celebrate what really matters, Ella explains, squeezing Aiden's hand. The DJ starts playing, not Martin's chosen classical piece, but a song about coming home, about finding truth, about love that never gave up. May I have this dance? Aiden asks, holding out his hand to me. We have 7 years of them to make up for. As we step onto the dance floor, surrounded by people who chose truth over lies, love over money, I finally feel the weight of the past lifting. Welcome back, Mom, Aiden whispers. Welcome back to our story. The morning sun streams through my old gallery windows as I unlock the door for the first time in 7 years. The space is dusty but still beautiful, its bones intact despite everything. Need help moving these boxes? Aiden asks, carrying in supplies. Ella follows with coffee and pastries. Just set them anywhere, I tell him, running my hand along the familiar walls. We have time. My phone buzzes, another news alert about Martin's case. I don't need to read it. The headlines have been constant. Prominent hotelier facing federal charges, evidence of systematic fraud, witnesses coming forward daily. Look what we found at the storage room, Susan calls out, emerging from the back with serenity. They're carrying my old gallery sign, the gold lettering still gleaming under years of dust. The Community Arts Fund approved your renovation grant, Alejandro announces, walking in with his laptop. They were particularly moved by the youth mentorship program you proposed. I smile, remembering how Martin had laughed when I first suggested teaching art to underprivileged kids. Charity doesn't pay bills, he'd said. How wrong he'd been about so many things. Mom? Aiden's voice pulls me from the memory. There's someone here to see you. I turn to find an elderly woman in the doorway clutching a painting to her chest. I recognize her immediately, my first client from 20 years ago. Margaret, I step forward, is that the watercolor you helped me choose for my 40th anniversary? She finishes, tears in her eyes. I've kept it safe, waiting for you to return. Art needs honest hands to guide it. More people begin filtering in. Old clients, fellow gallery owners, artists I'd championed. Each brings something. Paintings I'd sold them, photographs of exhibitions I'd curated, Memories of an art community I'd helped build before Martin tore it all down. We never believed the lies, Margaret says firmly. We just didn't know how to fight them. Until now. Ella appears at my side with a letter. This was just delivered, from the court. My hands shake as I open it. The judge approved the restoration of my business license. And I pause, reading further. They're returning all seized assets with interest, plus the settlement from Martin's accounts, Alejandro adds. It's all documented now. Every dollar he stole, every lie he told. Serenity steps forward hesitantly. I brought something too. She holds out a familiar leather portfolio. Your original business plan. Martin made me hide it during the divorce. But look inside. I open it to find my old gallery manifesto. Art isn't just for the wealthy. It's for everyone who needs beauty, truth, and hope in their lives. That's what we're bringing back, Aiden says proudly. A gallery that tells the truth, in art and in life. Susan starts hanging the old sign while others begin cleaning windows and moving furniture. The space slowly comes alive with activity and purpose. Mrs. Gardner? A young art student peers through the door. I heard you were reopening. I have a portfolio, if you're willing to look. Come in, I tell her warmly. Art needs new voices, too. As the morning progresses, the gallery fills with people and possibilities. Ella sets up a small table with coffee and pastries. Aiden helps hang the first painting, Margaret's watercolor, a symbol of faith kept. My phone buzzes one final time. A message from Martin's lawyer. Client wishes to return remaining personal items found in storage, including family photos and letters. I show it to Aiden, who shakes his head. We don't need them anymore. We're making new memories now. He's right. The past is settled. Martin's lies are exposed. The truth has found its voice. And here, in this sunlit gallery surrounded by art and honest hearts, the future is painting itself in colors of hope. Ready to open those doors officially? Ella asks, hand on the lock. I look around at my family, both blood and chosen, at the art waiting to find homes, at the young artists waiting to find their voices. Yes, I say firmly. It's time. The doors open to the morning light, and with them, a new chapter begins. Not of revenge or regret, but of restoration, of truth, of art, of love. And this time, no one can take it away.